Hello and welcome to EDU 200. My name is Maggie Charlton and I am going to be your instructor for this course this semester. And so I just wanted to make a quick video to introduce myself, to show you how things are set up in Canvas for you, and just to kind of give you some nuts and bolts of the class. So this class is a 12-week class. And really, the main thing that you're going to be doing during the course of this semester is observing in a classroom for 40 hours. Now, the difference in this class from any other class that you have taken, especially if you're in the early childhood degree program, is that you're going to be observing in a K-12 classroom. So that means any classroom between kindergarten and 12th grade. And so I'm going to walk you through the steps of how to get a placement in order to be able to do that, as well as show you what you need to do for the first module. So when you go into our course, this will always be your landing page. And so this is the textbook that you need. Yes, you do need it. Yes, you are going to use it. So make sure that you do get this in a timely manner. Anything else that you're going to need, I will provide for you. You can see what the purpose of the course is here and what you're going to be learning about. And so, like I said, this will be the place where you're going to land every time that you come into the course, and each weekly announcement will always be posted for you here. So every Monday there will be a new announcement, and so it will show up right here on your home page. So if you're not familiar with Canvas, or if you haven't taken an online class before, I wanted to show you how I have it set up for you, so that hopefully it's going to be something that will make sense to you, and you'll be able to find anything that you need. So if you look over here on the left-hand menu, you'll see a bunch of different tabs for you. So here in the syllabus tab, here's the syllabus for our course. I've also made a course schedule, a printable course schedule that you will probably want to at least save, if not print, because it does take you week by week. As well as an assignment checklist with due dates, all of the assignments, everything that you're going to be doing. So this is where all of that information is housed. As I said, the weekly announcements will always show up on Monday morning, but probably the most important tab for you is the modules. And so I will show you what all is in the modules. If you have been familiar with Blackboard, these are kind of like the folders that we used to have, but now in Canvas we have modules. So in this first one, this is just kind of the generic, all the things that are available to TCC students. So that's always available to you. In the course information module, here is my biography if you are interested in it. And in the helpful documents and resources, I'll show you what's in here, but really for this particular time, there's not too much that you need to do in there, but anytime that you're working with standards, here's where you can find them. Because you're going to be in a K-12 classroom, you're going to be using the SOLs unless you choose to go into a private school where they may either have their own, or they may also use the Virginia SOLs. These are the contacts for your placement request, but this really is just kind of a resource for you that you're not going to be the one contacting HR, but it does have the information about what each city requires. And then there's a website on here that's great for our area. It talks about food assistance, employment, health, so much more. So that's within the course information module. So then we get down to the nitty-gritty information. So like I said, for this class, you're going to be observing in a classroom for 40 hours. It does have to be a K-12 classroom, either in a public school or an accredited private school. And that's really important. EDU 200 is a transfer course, and so that means that we are held to the same requirements as the four-year universities. So when you are deciding where you would like to complete your placement, if you are looking at a private school, just please make sure that they are accredited. So basically what you're going to be doing is choosing the school district that you would like to do your placement in. And so if you look here in the placement request, you're going to see that I've already put the forms for each of the cities in our area in here. Again, I can't stress enough, you cannot talk to HR on your own. You should not be contacting principals or specific teachers. They are very, very adamant about going through the process correctly, which is you need to fill out the form, you need to send the form to me because I have to sign it, and then I have to be the one who sends it to HR. I will tell you that the sooner that you do this, the better, because obviously we're not the only college that is placing students into classrooms, and so the sooner that you can go ahead and get this to me, the better. So we've got Virginia Beach, we've got Chesapeake, we've got Norfolk, this is Suffolk. If you are interested in Portsmouth, they don't actually have a form, but all you need to do is send me an email with the grade, if there's a particular subject that you would like to observe in, if there's a school that you would like. HR really does try its best with all of these cities to give you what you would like, but please make sure you fill out the form completely, especially if you have a request. If there's a certain school, if there is a grade, if there's a subject, even if there's a teacher. I will not promise that they will be able to accommodate that, but they really do try their hardest. If they can't give you your first choice of school, they normally try and do a good job of giving you a school that's at least in that area that you were selecting. And once you have sent it to me, then I send it off to HR, and then HR will get back to me with your placement confirmation. And I promise, as soon as I get that confirmation, I will be forwarding it to you. So unless it seems like it's taking forever to hear back from me, just be patient, because again, they are not only dealing with TCC, there's lots of other colleges in our area that they are going to be working with. So that really is your first step. It is important to know you are not going to be interacting with the students that you're going to be with, and so that actually helps because you are not, some of the school districts don't require you to have the background check and the TB test and the fingerprinting yet, because you won't be interacting. You simply are going to be observing in a classroom. So when you are in a classroom, you need to be keeping track of your hours. And so here's the log that you can print out or at least save on your computer. But you do have to submit this by the end of the semester, documenting your 40 hours in order to pass this class. The other thing that I want you to do once you have gotten your placement is to kind of plan out when you think that you're going to be able to go. So it's really important that you look at these observation hours just like you would a job or a doctor's appointment, because we all know that things happen. You get sick. There's an accident, so you can't get to the school that morning. School's closed because we have a hurricane, anything like that. So it is important that you start trying to plan out when you're going to be able to go. And so when you do know where you're going to be going and when you're going to be going, that's when you're going to complete your observation plan worksheet. And then finally, throughout the course of your time in the classroom, you're going to be completing 8 different journals. And so if you click on the observation journals, you're going to see that these are the 8 topics that you're going to be looking at. It does not matter what order you put them in, but when you are ready to submit a journal entry, all you need to do is click on whatever topic you're going to submit. Make sure that you read the guidelines. These are not like one paragraph journal entries. This is pretty substantial, and I promise you, if you will take the time to fully write out these journal entries about what does the textbook, our resources, research say about this particular topic, what did you observe, and then how are you going to take all of that information and apply it to your own teaching and classroom. If you will spend the time completing these journal entries thoroughly, I promise you that your observation reflection paper, as well as your philosophy paper, are going to be tremendously easier. You are also going to notice that these topics are what you're going to address in your teaching philosophy, and I'll get to that in just a second. I will tell you that with the observation journals, I do not put a hard and fast due date on them because everyone is at a different point in their placements, but they all have to be done by the end of the semester. So that really is kind of the nuts and bolts of your observation. Like I said, most importantly is go ahead and get me your placement request form so that I can get it into HR. So there's going to be 5 different modules in this class, and so module 1 is available for you now. It's only going to be for this first week, and so this video as well as some welcome information is right here. You're going to be reading chapters 1 and 2, so I have put the PowerPoints in there for you, as well as some additional resources. And then you'll see that I've given you the assignment. So the observation plan worksheet, when you have everything completed, your discussion board number 1, which is just class introductions, make sure that you introduce yourself, post a picture, and respond to at least 2 of your classmates. And then the last 2 things, the verification of 24 credit hours, because this class does have this prerequisite, you need to submit some kind of verification that proves that you have either already completed 24 credit hours or are in the process of completing 24 credit hours. So that could look like you've already taken 15 credits and this semester you're taking 9. The magic number is 24. If you are not at 24, then you actually cannot take this class yet. And again, this is a state requirement. This is not my requirement. And so however you can submit your proof to me. So go into SIS and look at your unofficial transcript. You can take a screenshot, you can print it out and scan it into a PDF, but somehow I have to see that you are at least at 24, if not above that. So that needs to be done by the end of the first module. And then finally, you're going to be working on a philosophy throughout this course. So this first draft, you're going to do 3 drafts of it. This first draft is going to be looking at these are the journal topics. So really what I want you to do is, before you even get into your 40 hours of observation, is talk about these different topics. What do you believe? Why do you believe them? Just make sure that you have followed all of the instructions that are on here. Remember, this is going to be a working document. So I am going to give you feedback on the first and the second drafts. But really take some time to start developing this philosophy, because it is going to be really important as you go throughout this course. And so by the end of this week, by the end of module 1, make sure that you have submitted your first draft of your teaching philosophy. So I think that takes care of everything. I know it seems like it's a lot, but honestly, right now, it's more about getting into a classroom as quickly as you can and working on your first draft of your teaching philosophy. So I am on the Virginia Beach campus in the Kempsville building. If you ever are on campus or have some questions, email is always the best way to get a hold of me because it does come through on every device that I own. But other than that, I'm really looking forward to working with each one of you as you are on your path to becoming a teacher. So have a great week, and I will see you in week 2.